Well, you know, in 1776, there was a, shall we say, a profound occult operation that was performed. And it was performed at a cosmically auspicious time, and it altered the trajectory of human social consciousness at the time. And it was done by a group of individuals who were very much in tune with what we're talking about here. I'm going to try to, if we keep doing this, one of my objectives is to try to show that there has been an arcane tradition, an underground tradition of lost knowledge that has been preserved and handed down from generation to generation, generally in total secrecy, occasionally with some leaks and declassification going on. And we can, once we learn to recognize its footprints, we can see it. So we can see its passage through history. And once we begin to understand that passage through history and we can see where we're at now, we suddenly realize that we actually have a lot more working. You know, there are people can despair at it seems like some of the things we're being confronted with are just intractable. But we actually have some secret weapons on our side. Those of us who are essentially, shall I say, use the word Grail Knights, those of us who understand that our job is to protect our planet. And that's what it essentially is. And that's the essence of the great work when we talk about it. The essence of the great work is we have been handed, we, the human species, have been handed this precious, rare little jewel within the infinitude of cosmic space, and it's planet Earth. And our charge, our mission, our cosmic mission, our orders from Cosmic Central are secure the planet. Secure the planet, because something's been going on there that has been causing great chaos and great disruption. And there's many species down there on that planet, but only the human species has the ability to circumvent this process and restore stability, restore harmony to the system. Because planet Earth right now is like a machine that has become unstable, and it needs to be adjusted. The heavenly domain, they were literally recreating, literally bringing into manifestation the alchemical dictum of as above, so below. But they also knew that because of this changing seasons of the great year, what worked at one epoch wouldn't necessarily work at another epoch. And the machine would have to be readjusted to stay in harmony. And if one neglects the machine, the cosmic parameters will change, and then suddenly our planet will be out of sync. And the measure of that out of sync can be seen in the human condition as it is now. And when we get into stuff that I'm looking up here, this is the more esoteric side of all of this. I know I've been heavy on the science, but there are many traditions from many sources that are showing us a way out, showing us the technologies by which we can restore the lost harmony. And there are deep mysteries here, very deep mysteries. And my goal is to fling the doors as wide open as I can, as it says at the end of the age, as it says in the book of Matthew and in the book of Luke, at the end of the age, the secrets shall be shouted from the housetops. I've devoted 35 years to declassifying and understanding the occult secrets. And my mission now is to declassify them and open the doors, to take the book of esoterica and open it. And it's a big task, and I can't do it alone. Thank you. This is one major piece of evidence here, Paul, for what I think is the 800-pound gorilla. And to kind of summarize this a little bit, I guess what I would say is, from all fronts, scientific fronts as well as the ancient traditions we've inherited, are pointing to the same thing, and that is that, you know, our planet is essentially, we're living on a planet that's like, well, how can I say it? We're like sitting ducks in a cosmic shooting gallery. And it's not a cause for hysteria or fatalism or despair. Because the point of it is, we are now at the level of technological development where this whole process, we could now intervene in this process. I mean, we are actually closer now to being able to intercept a comet or asteroid that could strike Earth than we were to putting a man on the moon in 1960. What is missing here is the consciousness and the will. Those are the two main ingredients that are missing. Instead, we're so consumed with the trivial and the day-to-day and all of the infighting that we're all so sucked into here down on the surface of this planet, thinking that this guy over here who's different than us is somehow our enemy, but we're all in the same boat exactly. And our salvation relies on us getting our shit together and realizing that if we pull together, this is something, the Bible talks about the curse that accompanied the fall of man. The Sumerian tradition has its counterpart. American Indian traditions have their counterpart. The curse that came upon the earth with the expulsion from paradise. And that would be a metaphor very worthwhile to explore, because I think the curse refers us directly to a phenomena whereby our planet is part of a cosmic environment, and the cosmic environment has triggered changes of an extraordinary magnitude repeatedly on this planet, and that the human presence on planet Earth is primarily for one long-term reason, is because if it is the destiny of Earth to be the seeding ground for cosmic life, it will never happen as long as Earth continues to be vulnerable to this. Now, out of all the millions of species present on Earth at this time, only one species has the ability of foresight, has the ability to decipher and figure this out. And it's at the core of every single sacred tradition we've inherited from every continent on Earth. And now it is being confirmed repeatedly and abundantly and redundantly by science in multiple different venues. Now the question is, are we human beings going to wake up in time, or will we go the way of the last great catastrophe? As the Hopi Indians say, what happened when the Great Flood came and wiped out the human race? It was that mankind forgot the great plan of the Creator. Now, what I'm going to be proposing next is America's cosmic mission. The fulfillment of America's destiny, I believe, is to lead the human species and hence life itself into the cosmic domain. And I believe that these enlightened founding fathers, Masonic founding fathers of ours, on some level had a vision of these possibilities and wanted to create a society where these things could come to fruition. And what we've seen in the last 200 years is an incredible quantum leap in the scientific understanding of the Earth and its history and our place in it. But now, see, the challenge before us is the fact that we're like, Neo in the Matrix. We're sitting here and we've got how many billion people? What's the population of the Earth?
6.6 now.
Okay, about 6.59999 billion of those people are still sleepwalking in the Matrix and have not woke up to realize that there's a great epic story inscribed into the landscape of the Earth waiting for humanity to decipher it. And once having deciphered it, to then realize that we have to act upon it. And by acting upon it and creating the transition from Earth as a vulnerable state to an invulnerable state, we will also break the ancient curse and restore the lost paradise, which to Masons is the restoration of the lost word. And by doing this, we will have created a permanent presence of life in the cosmos. And that's the way we guarantee
that life cannot be destroyed by these events in the future. Or our civilization, which, as it turns out in consequence, is really the fragile element in this whole equation. The most fragile term in this whole equation is this civilization we've managed to create within the last couple thousand years. And it wouldn't take much, it wouldn't take an event like this to basically set us right back to the Stone Age, to where we have to start like Sisyphus all over again, pushing the stone up the hill. So that's the work that's before us. Are you ready, Paul, to get to work? Good man.
All right.
Yeah.